Hi guys, welcome to Smiley's Dark Skin Books Relaunch. Thank you so much for joining me. Let me introduce myself. My name is Sajia Smiley. I am a self-published author of the Empowered series, Durable. Book 1 came out last year in April. It is still available everywhere. Now, if you've been following me since last year, let me just take a moment to thank you so much for your support, especially after I disappeared off the face of the planet. I really appreciate your messages. It was awesome. And it helped me in one of the toughest times of my life. Now, before I tell you about what's been going on last year and kind of why I left off, let me give you a little bit of a thank you gift. After writing Durable, I had the sense that it wasn't completed. And you're probably like, well, I read it, it was good. Yes. But when I originally wrote Durable, years and years and years ago, I had a lot more characters, I had a lot more background, and I had allowed myself to be spoken into, I guess, talked into eliminating a lot of those characters and eliminating a lot of the twists and turns that I had made me fall in love with Durable in the first place. So I decided, in the spirit of being true to myself, which again, I'll tell you a little bit about that later on, to rewrite Durable and rewrite it in the vision that I had for it in the first place. Before you panic, not to worry. You're probably being like, I can't believe you, Smiley. Seriously, we've already bought the book. It's in our library. You can't do this. And you're gonna charge us again? No, I'm not. Because you guys have been so awesome, because you guys have been my followers and sending, an outpour of love and support in the last year that I truly, truly appreciate, I have decided to give you guys the updated version of Durable for free. For free, yes. And if you're within the first 20 people who sign up on my new website, darkskinwriter.com, for my newsletter, I will also send you a exclusive cover. Yes, there is a new cover for Durable that I'm exclusively created for just my followers. And you'll be saying, oh my God, Smiley, I can't believe you did this. Yes, but you guys mean a lot to me. I cannot express how grateful and thankful I am for you guys, especially for this last year, that you continue to follow me and continue to promote my book to your friends and family. So this is my thank you. So once again, just to go ahead to make sure that you do get this exclusive book cover and this free updated version of Durable, you will have to sign up on my website, darkskinwriter.com. And it's going to be written under this video a little bit later today, or on my page actually a little bit later today, so that you can go on over there, sign up, and keep an eye out for your early Christmas present. Yay. Okay, let's get down to the nitty gritty. What happened last year? I know I promised you guys so many books which were in the works, and they just kind of disappeared off the face of the planet. Before I begin, let me explain something to you. I was born and raised in Jamaica. I am very much a traditional Caribbean woman, and I'm a Black woman, which is just like two strikes, right? At least in this country. So after writing Durable, I fell into a state of depression. I call this depression, though, I guess you could call it a productive depression, because I still went to work. I was still able to function. So functioning depressive person. Still able to work, still able to do everything I need to do, but I was most certainly depressed. And as an author, when you're depressed, it's your mind, right? Your mind that's being attacked. It's your mind that is in this hole of never-ending darkness. There's no creativity in that. And so last year after writing Durable, I fell into that hole, but I was like any good Jamaican woman. I was in denial. No such thing as depression. Couldn't happen to me. no, 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 I'm just not in the mood to write right now, right? So I did. I put everything off to the side, tried to keep up with my posts on Instagram and Facebook and try to keep you guys engaged. Um, Denial, flat out denial, until, oh God, I can't even remember. It was too much, right? There comes a point in depression where the mask that you wear becomes too heavy for you to continue in the way that you're going. So I stopped. I was like, I don't need to do this right now. I have other things, more important things to do. Absolute nonsense. Not true. The favorite things in the world is to write. And not just to write, but to share my writings with other people. So anyhow, so after, not writing anymore, I did what some people in, being depressed did. I self-isolated. I withdrew. Of course, I went to work. Girls got bills to pay. Traveling the world here and there. And then the craziest thing happened this year. What? Pandemic. COVID-19 hit and hit hard. I'm sure you know by now the airline industry was one of the hardest industries to get hit with COVID-19, and that goes for me as well. By the time February had rolled around, I was pretty much just at home. There was very little flights going on, and if I did have a flight, it was being canceled left and right. No one wants to travel anywhere. Can't blame them. COVID-19. I didn't want to travel anywhere. But for someone who was depressed and denying that she was in depression, it was like the worst thing in the world, because I was already self-isolating. I was already not talking to people. I hadn't surrounded myself with people who would be able to drag me out of this deep, dark hole. I was by myself. I swung all the way left. All the way left. What do I mean by that? I did what most people with depression did, that our self-isolation does. You start thinking about suicide. You start thinking about things you have no business thinking about when life is just, there's so much to live for, right? There's so much things to say, but I don't really want to give too much away. So finally, I was able to get help, do therapy. I still do therapy because depression is not something that is just, one fix or one-off fix. It's not something that you can just get a cure, a pill and take for your good. It's an everyday battle. An everyday battle that I have fight every day, that I get up in the morning and I have to convince myself, this is my day. I will not let, that darkness take hold. But what does this mean for me as a writer? And what does this mean for Smiley's Dark Skin Books, right? As a writer, I found that my mind, the very thing that I rely on to create my worlds, my writing worlds, is betraying me. It's like the worst thing in the world when you can't think of anything creative, when you can't imagine a whole world and it's how you normally are. So I did my therapy. I was talking to my therapist, and I expressed my concern with this, and and I'll explain a little bit more later about how that kind of went on. And we came up with a regimen that worked for me. And I thought, you know what? I can't be the only person out there who's an author, who loves writing, who is struggling with depression in such a way that, it seems like they have no outlet. Why I decided to do, why I'm relaunching Smiley's Dark Skin Books, is because I've decided to open up with you about my journey from last year to this year, and some of the things that I've done to help me write through my depression. So I created a YouTube page. Hopefully you can join me over there. It's called Sajia Smiley, Writing Through Your Depression, rather. And it just talks about a little bit about what I went through, my journey, and the things that I'm doing and have done that have definitely helped me. By no means, I am not a therapist. This is not a cure-all. This is just an option for an avenue for people who struggle, like I did, for even going to a therapist rather, and going to therapy, and finding the light so you can write again, right? So I thought I would take this time just to invite you to my new website, yay, where I'll be doing a blog. And in my blog, I won't be as thorough in my videos on YouTube, but in my blog on my website, I'm very, very open about my day-to-day, how bad it got for me, and just like, as open as possible about the steps that I took to getting myself better into a place where I could start writing again and really open up and really open up and start being me all over again. Being depressed can really take something from you. And I really believe that, especially in the Black community, we don't talk about it enough. It's something that's kind of hush hush. And because of that, we feel so alone. This year alone, I can't believe the suicide rate. Well, I can believe the suicide rate in the Black and the brown community has tripled. Tripled. And I'm not talking about young people who don't know their head from their butt. No, I'm talking about young adults, people my age, older, who after COVID-19 and had no reason to really go outside their house and socialize with people, really kind of fell off. And we had no avenue for them. I mean, how comfortable can people be talking about their deepest, darkest moments and be open and honest about it? But I wanted to do that. I want to do that. I intend to do that. I intend to really try to make you feel comfortable so that you can find someone else to talk to, a therapist, hopefully, and realize you're not alone in this, not alone at all. There are definitely people like me who are struggling through this, and I really hope that doing these YouTube videos and doing these posts will open up an avenue for you to talk, for you to feel as if you're not alone in this, and to get some help. So it's kind of where Smiley's Dark Skin Books is going this year and next year and for however long I decide to do this for. Also, a little bit of happy news after all of that heaviness. Weathered is a Saja Smiley original. It is a standalone. It is not in the Empowered series. It is a standalone. It is a romance mystery novel, and it comes out February 11th. So keep an eye out for it. And if you sign up on darkskinwriter.com, you'll definitely get updates. New covers coming in, deleted scenes, all that good stuff. So keep an eye out for it. And once again, guys, thank you so much for joining me on Facebook today. And I hope that you tell, your friends and family about this. And just remember, you might not have heard from a friend for a while and they're always smiling, they always seem to be the strong one. Those are the people that you really need to reach out to. That was me, those are the ones that you really need to reach out to, remind them that they are loved and that you're here for them, and then send them on to my website, especially if they are budding authors. Definitely a way for them to see that they're not alone and to have an avenue to talk about it as I share my journey and my story with them, and introduce a little light to this dark world for 2020, right? Anyhow, guys, thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening, and I will see you guys in a couple of days.